Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols uh in blood, obviously, that are then coated
Obviously.
and shellacked over so that they don't flake off, that way it can last for centuries. um and we use a nice clear coat though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in with the blood, we mix in the iridescent paint, so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
92 times.
You get to play with us now, which is so exciting. So with channel points, bits, and subscribes, you can give rewards to the player of your choice. So how to do that is, no, not Bob. Channel points, I believe it is 500 points, gets you NERPs, which is +3 to any dice roll to the player of your choice. For 1,000 channel points, you can do a point of edge to any player. And for 2,500 channel points, you can do 4 edge to the player of your choice. Now for bits, for 100 bits, that's $1, you can do the NERPs. For 200 bits, that's $2, you can do the point of edge. Or for 500 bits, that's $5, get 4 edge to give to the player of your choice. And finally, again, the subs, if you subscribe, you can give 4 edge to any player.
man.
Was it my spirit?
Oh man, I just wish there was some sort of like beep noise or something, because that sound was. Oh, we're live. Oh, welcome everybody. Hi, I'm Max from Original Box Set, and we are Rem Alternis here on Gen Con TV to play some Shadowrun. Gonna do a quick intro around with the players. It's been a bit, so let's start off with Nova is one of the Street Sams of the team.
Yes, Nova is a street Sam from the past, playing in the present, and trying to figure it out.
Arcole is the Decker.
Arcole is also here.
Steel Tiger is the other Street Sam. Steel Tiger is the other Street Sam of the team.
Oh, what the fuck, dude? yeah. Steel Tiger is definitely present, and yeah, he is a street Sam from the present, currently living in the present, and hopes to remain in the present.
I'm gonna fight all of you on screen. 1,000 bits in order to watch, okay? Viewers.
Go boy. I dare I say, and Convoy is the rigger.
Yes, Convoy is a good old boy who is the getaway driver and cannot take Nova in a fight.
You're not gonna mention something about living in the present either.
My old friend.
Okay. We can run it back just a little bit.
Nope. Moment's over. Nope. Hey, the F-bomb's already been dropped, so we're good. We gotta keep going forward. We'll edit it. We will edit it in post.
Time only moves forward. Isn't that right?
We are in the present.
So plug in, tune out, and escape to a world where imagination knows no bounds. Rem Alternis invites you to break free and discover a reality where your dreams of a dystopian capitalism become the reality. It's time to let go of hours wasted playing video games and doing art and fun things and embrace the extraordinary feeling. Get ready to embark into a world where you are worth less than a gallon of water. The sprawling complex exudes a sense of modernness and functionality. The exterior facade is predominantly made of a combination of light-colored bricks and glass, creating a harmonious blend of traditional and contemporary aesthetics. With multiple levels, the wings stretch outward, showcasing its expansive capacity. The entrance is marked by a wide, covered driveway, providing shelter for visitors during all times of the day or night. Under the awning, 2 patrol cars are parked, silently waiting for their occupants to return. An anthro drone colored blue and gold stands nearby, watching pedestrians pass by. The drone stays at his post next to the cars. Inside, Officer Lloyd Darling and Officer Catherine Darling are greeting an addition to their family. Only a few hours of intense labor, and with the assistance of modern medical technology, the birth was near perfect, welcoming William Darling to the world. Time passes, and in the dimly lit concrete hall, a worn, faded carpet attempts to cover the floor. The now threadbare dressing shows the traces of countless footsteps. It was a tapestry of earthy browns and vibrant reds and crystal blue. But beneath the bare feet of young Billy and Willie Connor, oh, that's a mistake, Billy and Willie Darling, It gives them an edge. The young felons stand before an imposing security door. The holographic image floating in their mind's eye over the maglock is red and imposing. Billy's heart pounding with a mixture of excitement and determination. His keen eyes study the complex electronic lock. Its digital display glimmers with an array of encrypted symbols and numbers.
Come on, Billy. Can you get it open? If it's too tough, we should just go back. I can. Just wait a second. I need to get the front off.
With nimble fingers and a mind racing with knowledge acquired through countless hours of tinkering, Billy began his work, prying off the plate with his hands, moving swiftly and deftly, manipulating a set of delicate tools. Connecting wires and bypassing circuits, each precise movement was driven by an innate understanding of the inner workings of the security system. Then a glance over to his brother Willie, he says,
Okay, do it now.
Willie turns on his comm and begins to quickly gesture at artificial icons now floating around them. Willie's knowledge of the Matrix surpasses everyone his age, and most likely those 20 years his senior. The door's icon changes from red to orange. An illusionary clock appears in midair next to Willie. Billy pulls out a comm with 2 dongles protruding from one end. The dongles invariably flash and buzz and appear to be homemade. The comm is no better. It looks like it was once broken in half, now held together with metal plates and duct tape. As Billy's fingers dance across the console, his face reflected a mix of intense focus and a mischievous spark. He was like a conductor orchestrating a symphony of code, coaxing the security measure to yield under his skillful touch, and with intense moments, the heavy metal security door's icon turns blue. And with a soft click and a low hum, the boys' hearts swell with triumph as they push open the heavy door, revealing a forbidden realm beyond.
Slot and run, Willie. We don't have much time. Grab anything not nailed down.
Time passes.
Willie and I were as close as brothers could be. You never find one without the other, you know. We didn't take the divorce too well and started getting into trouble. Willie and I had started getting too rowdy, according to Mom, so her and her new boyfriend Charles, they decided to join the getaway the arcology was having. So did my dad and his wife Missy. He was out at the corporate ranch south of Rockdale. I didn't have much choice. It was supposed to be time I spent with my dad, but everyone from the Austin office was there. Willie and I were left to our own devices, I guess. They thought we couldn't get into much trouble on a ranch away from the Metroplex. It was good, I guess. They had horses and lots of room to move around. There was talks of a barbecue at the end of the summer that made it good. But the other kids were, well, let's just say if they had brains for leather, they wouldn't have had enough to make a saddle to a flea. So
That's an interesting one. That's awesome.
Dad, we're bored.
Only stupid people get bored. You boys are underfoot. Me and Missy are trying to enjoy the shade. Sip some iced tea. Why don't y'all go find Christian and have him teach you how to ride a horse or something?
Well, Willie can't ride horses.
Then go run around till you're tired, or play with the other kids.
It's all right, Billy. Let's go check out the horses. I can watch. Otherwise, I'm sure there's something we can find, something fun to do around here. And that is when we found the old barn with the dune buggies we wasn't supposed to go in.
Billy pulls the tarp off the 2 dune buggies, and dust flies in the air, making him cough. Rust and disuse have taken its toll on them, but it does not dampen the excitement of the young boys.
Willie, will you look at them? Gosh almighty, this one's a 3.6 Crassa Pentastar. It's got some head damage, cracked exhaust manifold, and disconnected Sendway pilot box, but probably get about 310 horsepower if we fix it up. Probably need to have the injectors cleaned. This is so swag! How big are them tires?
They're 33 inches and you boys ain't supposed to be in here.
Oh, Drek, look, don't tell our parents. We don't want to get fragged. We're just here because the Plex is having a getaway, and our folks, they work for Lone Star.
I don't know why yous all are here in the ranch, but y'all told that this part of the ranch was off limits. Now get before I tan your hides with a shovel.
You ought to be tanned for letting these rust.
Get out here, you little fraggers! The brothers hightail it out of the barn. Randy's frown turns slowly into a grin. His eyes move from the door to the dune buggy. He examines the engine with placing a hand on it for just a brief moment. Didn't know one of the heads were damaged. Randy looks back toward the door and begins to scheme.
I remember when they brought us in the next day, and I saw Randy standing next to our parents. Willie thought we were up Drek Creek without a paddle.
Now I know I ain't gotta tell you the legal ramifications of breaking and entering. Lone Star is the best security corp out there, but I reckon the punishment should match the crime. I reckon you ought to spend the summer working for me. It'll keep those idle hands of yours busy, and they'll get a schooling in hard work.
We spent 6 summers going back to the ranch working for Randy. We fixed up the buggies, and he taught us how to drive them before we were old enough to add the license to our sin.
2 dust-ridden buggies fly off the peak of a Texas sandhill. Willie and Randy in one and Billy in the other. The boys' laughter was even louder than the roar of the engines.
He let me try my first long haul. Caught me trying to prof him instead of yelling at me. He handed me one, and grease coming off his fingers onto the filter. Willie didn't like him.
First one's free, kid.
Willie laughed when I threw up, and Randy had a cup of sweet tea waiting, wash out the vomit. He taught Willie and I everything.
A rusty can of long ago consumed soy dogs and beans flies off a fence post from the blast of a gun. Randy, long haul hanging out of his mouth, celebrates the shot with the young boys. He stands behind Convoy as they look into a dirty mirror. He guides Billy's hand. He stands behind Billy as they look into a dirty mirror. He guides Billy's hand across his face. Yeah, I got tongue-tied. Hang on. I got this. He guides Billy's hands across his face, removing the shaving cream from his cheek with the backside of a straight razor. Randy sits on an upturned grease bucket like a hillbilly Buddha, doling out sage advice to the young boys. All right, boys. If you like someone, then your best bet is to dance with them. There ain't nothing more intimate than slow dancing a two-step. Be a straight shooter when it comes to your feelings. Don't go all hee-hawing around. Walk up to them and let them know you're fixing to dance with them. Show them you ain't afraid and you know what you want.
Willie and I became men over those summers. We were kings of that ranch. We did everything together up until our 14th birthday. Summer was coming to an end. The barbecue was the next night. We were set to go to the academy in the fall. And so we went to visit Randy. It's locked, Billy. He's got the no trespassing sign up on the icon. Maybe we should come back later. Frag that, I'll knock. I bet he's just fixing to keep the wage slaves out.
Go away, boys! I ain't in the mood.
There were other things that happened throughout the summer. I didn't know how old Randy was. I was a kid. In my eyes, he was immortal. Death wasn't something I thought about. Didn't know he was sick. Didn't even know what he had. Randy was just supposed to, I don't know.
Sprawling complex that exudes a sense of modernness and functionality. The exterior, facade is predominantly made of a combination of light-colored bricks and glass, creating a harmonious blend of traditional and contemporary aesthetics. With multiple levels and wings stretching outward, showcasing its expansive capacity, the entrance is marked by a wide covered driveway, providing shelter for visitors during all times of the day and night. Under the awning, a patrol car, a North Star pickup truck, and an ambulance are parked, silently waiting for their occupants to return. An anthro drone, colored blue and gold, stands nearby, watching pedestrians pass by. The drone stays at his post next to the vehicles. A dark-haired businessman in a suit and tie gazes down at a hologram projector before him. He nods along with the conversation taking place, all in his head. Okay, The hospital staff give the man room as he stands in the hall, speaking in a voice to the voice in his head. That's what you got. Finally, he breaks his silence. Yes, ma'am, that is good news. I appreciate your help with this, and I will speak to the doctor. Yes, and let me let them know what's going on. He turns to face the Darlings, all sitting nearby in the hospital rotunda. They wait for him to address them, the boys more than the others looking on impatiently. The scan went perfectly, everybody. We're able to preserve every bit of Randy. This is so wonderful. Don't you think so, boys?
Only if we get to see him awake. Is he
Oh.
awake?
Oh, well, there's even better news. You'll be seeing a lot more of him. The scan was perfect. He's ready to go real soon. We just got to finish up the last few details.
Well, fine, but we're going to go help him, get him ready to go, get him out of this hospital. He doesn't like hospitals.
Well, if you will follow me, we'll get started. Now, Mr. and Miss Darling, as per the contract, once the transfer has taken place, you four are free to go. You four are as good to go, and as far as Lone Star is concerned, you have fulfilled your end of the contract. The room is clean, sterile, and void of all things except for an operating table in the center of the room. Black cables run from an outlet in the wall to a bracket attached to the table. White belts dangle from the operating table, their use for securing an unruly patient. 3 metahumans in white gowns and masks stand ready to assist.
He meant to go see him, like in his hospital room. There's no one in here, you idiot.
Interesting. The PMAX has learned a lot. It seems to even have an attitude. This is truly amazing, Mr. and Mrs. Darling.
His name is Willie.
Was, young man. His name was Willie. Can I get some assistance here with the patient? Into the chair, please. Young Convoy's mind raced quickly to what this meant. The dark-haired fiend then made a hand gesture to the only real little boy in the operating theater. Young Convoy dropped to the ground and rushed the door, instinctively calling out for Willie to run as well. The first orderly, all dressed in white, moved faster, grabbed the defector by the back of his shirt. But, twisting around and throwing his arms up, Willie dropped from the metahuman's grasp by deftly wiggling out.
I remember people chasing after me. I didn't think, I just did. I thought, if I could get to the elevator, I could figure something out. Corporal was yelling after me, telling everybody I was stealing Lone Star tech. Heard my dad yelling not to do this. I made it to the elevator and the door shut just in time. I hit the button for the lobby and felt the descent begin, and we'd made about halfway down before I felt the elevator stop. Their spider took control of the elevator. They're bringing us back up. I popped off the panel and went to work. Willie tried to get it back under control, but it was no use. Still got the scar where my scrapped comm went supernova, burned my arm. Elevator doors opened, and Corpo was standing there waiting for me. I didn't wait. I kicked him in the beans, tried to make a run for the stairs, and I felt pain in my lower back. Sting was pretty intense. Heard my mom yelling something, telling them not to shoot me. They used stick and shock. Strapped me to the chair, back in that room. Started hooking stuff up to my data jack and chip ports. Bleed with my parents. Remember my mother crying, my father just watching. That dark-haired monster just leaned over me and said something about not pressing charges for trying to steal Lone Star Tech. Last thing I remember is spitting in his eye.
The hospital room, the recovery room, is a generic whitewashed eggshell. Curtains hang, breaking sounds, reducing. Only thing that's really happening in this room is the soft crinkle of sheets and the quiet beep of a monitor nearby.
Willie?
He's going, kid.
Randy? You okay? Where are you? I don't see you.
I'm right here, kid. I'll always be right here. A short beep from one of the medical drones. As fluid moves through the tubes to Convoy's eyes, Randy's words echo in Convoy's mind as he slips back into a medicated slumber. And the world goes black. Time passes. So it is in game time a Thursday? You guys know it was Wednesday when you guys decided to hit Hooper and then split to go do other stuff. So it's like, yeah, it's Thursday morning. When you guys are getting a chance to get back together to talk about, you know, stealing stuff and hooking, getting that stuff to the kids at Subfabrica at 9. A message comes through to Steel Tiger's comm. It's from Maya. She's got something. Bug-wise. Best not for her to come around. She's going to take some meds and get some sleep. Maybe she'll be able to help out on the back end. If she has a chance to pop into Astriel, she'll be around.
Take care. Take care, Rhea. We'll see you soon.
The door to your tea shop makes a jingling sound. You're expecting everybody to start showing up soon, because this was after a lot of legwork, and you all wanted to convene together to talk about what you've learned, to make a plan, finalize something sooner rather than later. Get this Hex Baron off your back. Looking up to the camera feed, you see that the front room is occupied with just Nova.
Boop, hits the intercom. We're closed. and then he comes stepping out of the back of the tea shop.
I knock on the door.
He opens the door. Come on in.
I go in.
Warm, earthy smells of the tea shop permeate everything. The icons that float around the room start kind of like, hey, do you want tea? Here's our options. So, if you want to indulge in that.
I start pouring her a cup of green tea. I don't even ask.
Yes, for the early. The sound of a powerful motor tearing down the nearby street echoes in one direction and then reverberates down another alleyway. It thrums and vibrates some of the windows on the outside of the building before it dies out. Those who are looking in the AR can see that Big Mama has arrived and parked a few streets over. Convoy, that's a good question. About what time would you want you guys want to get together on this Thursday to kind of brainstorm out the last few steps? 6 a.m., 7, 8?
Our Cole is free all of the time, and he hardly needs to sleep anymore.
Most of you guys probably use one of those weird space tubes, so you only have to check out for about 15, 20 minutes a day.
Come over whenever whenever you're ready, and you have your affairs in order, I guess.
So we'll assume your fares are in order. Convoy, what time would that have happened to be?
Probably pretty bright and early. I mean, early bird and all that.
Early bird and all that.
Yes.
Right.
Early bird catches 3 worms.
All right. And then finally, Arcole, what time would you have showed up? It's kind of gauging how everything works.
I'd say not fashionably late, but fairly lazily late. You know, I'm shooting. I'm probably not. It's about 2 hours later after everyone else has convened. I know exactly when the meeting time is. I have the reminder. Still not getting there until about 2 hours after.
Oh, okay. So, do you join them digitally as they start having their conversations about what to do next?
Yes, fully still chimed in. I don't let them know yet. I don't let them know that I'm sunk up yet, though.
All right. So through the data you all have collected, you have an idea of where the train is at, when the train is going to be leaving, which, if I remember correctly by my notes, that's today, by at least 3. So it's early in the morning. You have hours before this takes place. And the train is destined to go to the Emerald City, which is that large platform that has been built as part of the space elevator over downtown Seattle. But your intent is to steal the contents or the train or whatever else you can get your hands onto. Mostly just the contents of the train, which is food, and take it to Subfabrica Station at 9. And you've learned that the King Street station, which runs a lot of different rail lines for different companies, is controlled by the city. And you have determined the location, the actual physical building where the artificial intelligence that handles the scheduling for those trains lives, and that also deals with the security. And the host does look quite intimidating. Arcole can tell you it is not a doesn't look like it's going to be an easy walk in and walk out scenario. The Blitz Fusion Gaijutsu Company, that's really a tongue twister. So from here on out, we're just going to call it BFG. BFG has their own security and their own little host, and they put a bunch of people on it, but that doesn't look as intimidating. It's a greater possibility to pop in there and maybe do some damage, find out necessary information, which, by the way, a B&E on the Matrix version of BFG has not actually happened. But it might today. Might. Or we might just do a real world break and entering on the meat space. You guys have found out that there are several entry points into the Bay City facility. You know all the security as far as it goes for when they patrol, where their posts are at, where the cameras are at. But unlike going into Hooper Peacekeeping, you guys had an actual key to get you in. 2 of them, actually. One who pretended to be a young college student looking to find out about the corporation and then slipped a dongle into a computer. And 2, a defunct anthro drone who actually had a key. Now you have neither of those. You could try to do the whole college scheme again. You could try. Maybe it'll work again. So, with all this data and information, who would like to go first for their plan of attack? I will pick somebody if more than seconds of silence happen. I really will. Now, Chris, you're
Okay, Russian roulette. Let's go.
Oh, Russian roulette.
Yeah,
Well,
Max.
since this is a role-playing game, that means it's a dice roll. Oh. No better way to roll the dice except with a skull bowl. Uno, dos, tres. Convoy, you're up.
Well, Convoy did do some scouting out to figure out where those cameras are and stuff. I think he thinks the best way is to get into the station onto the train before it leaves for Subfabrica, our destination. So I would like to look at is that host big and beefy?
Moderately beefy.
Moderately beefy.
Moderately beefy. Remember that they are supported by Hooper. So
Right.
there's a delay before Hooper shows up and starts doing things. I think it was 10 minutes?
Right. Okay. I guess I'd probably want to check out if since they've got a response team. I guess I would want to find our best way in to get on the train, not by regular means. So that means I would ask Arkul if he could possibly find a way to get into that host and see if we can't get control of those cameras and maybe an entrance or two. Otherwise, I start packing up for a way to cut through fence or a maglock. Oh, actually, no, Steel Tiger has a way to
There
get
you
through
go.
a maglock.
Cutting through fence. Now, you would want to do that cutting in a secure spot, I am assuming, right? Someplace where the camera's out of the way, or at least where there's maybe one camera. So, Arkul, you don't really have to get too many cameras and take control of the site. You just got to get a few.
Absolutely. And at this point, Arkul will chime in with all this information, talking about their main security, if of course they didn't already have that information. And while sharing that information, he walks into the tea shop, just still purely speaking over Bluetooth, minorly prickish, but that's where we are. And as he is going through all of that security, I would like to go ahead and see if I can't get into at least a couple of those cameras.
All right. So that would be your attempt to break into the host.
Yes.
All right. So, yeah.
Although I would like to state at this point, I am doing everything in my power to hide our Matrix presence.
Alrighty then. So let's go take a look what it's going to require you to get into that host. So your options to get in are A, be an actual member of the host so that they can call you in and it's problem solved, like having security ID or SIN that relates to the host and get you in for free. Or you can probe the host and then backdoor it. Or you can brute force it.
I would like to go with I think it's safer to go with a probe and a backdoor entry.
Excellent. Let me see if we can.
So that's cracking and logic.
Spell section. Okay. So with probe, it is cracking and logic, like you just said, versus the willpower and the firewall, or firewall times 2 of the location. And you take your time not to alert any security of your presence. You can create an exploit that may last until you are ready to use it. While not as fast as using brute force, probing as a device does not ram its alarms automatically. even if you attempts initially fail, which is great. Once you create an exploit, you may then use the backdoor entry action at a later time. So the net hits on this test count as dice pool bonuses on your future backdoor entry. The duration of this backdoor depends on the device or host. Generally speaking, backdoor lasts for 10 minus host rating. You don't know the host rating because you haven't probed it. So let's go ahead and get that roll out of the way. Since host adds to their defenses, checking my notes.
Backdoor count is at 6.
I think probe was at 2.
Yeah.
Firewall doubled plus host 14.
No shot. Okay, so probe just adds. So now I just need to go for that backdoor entry.
All right, so your probe is 16 dice pool. All right, my turn to roll. Get my advanced dice roller up. Yeah, I forgot how to change this thing. What do I need to do? Nothing there. Flip that guy. Put the number 5 there. I think that was it. Change that to a D6. Let's make that 3. Just this is a test. Yeah, it works. All right, cool. Let's swap that for the number 14. 5. You got it.
Nice.
All right. The nets on the test count to the dice pool bonus. So you have 2 extra dice when you decide to backdoor it later. So you have created a weakness in their defense. It is going to last about 6 hours, which is a lot of time right now.
No, absolutely. I'll go ahead and share with the rest of the group. I've got a good way in. Or a better way in.
All right, so we can now. Our convoy has asked you to go in and find cameras and take control of them.
Yes.
Or at least find, yeah, see which cameras you can get a hold of, and then we know where our entry is, right?
Would that, and I wouldn't be able to figure that out with just a probing, correct?
Correct. You have to go in. You actually have to physically or electronically go through the back door that you just created.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I will absolutely go for it.
All right. So you enter the back door that you made into BFG's host.
Yes.
Now that you're in, the main entranceway into BFG, which you've arrived in, is a security area that is where houses active ICE or deactivated ICE programs, time card devices, bag locks, all right there. You've literally walked into the hornet's nest. I'm not even going to worry about you rolling for the back door. You're going to succeed. They don't have that much of a leeway at this point in time to kind of keep you out.
All right, then I'm going straight for those cameras.
All right, Matrix Perception. You only need 2 successes to find them and quickly sort, because the cameras should be in this hub. If not, you'll be able to find where they go to. Success. You found the camera file. It is located in the security hub.
How long can I stick around?
Because
as far
you
as
just
that goes safely.
You have yet to do anything that has started your Overwatch. Probe does not start your Overwatch. Backdoor is illegal, so you started your Overwatch as soon as you got in here. So yes, your Overwatch just turned on.
Got it. Okay, they would absolutely notice too quickly if I were to just shut off these cameras. So what I would like to do is go ahead and start looping video for them. As easily as possible for
Sure.
those necessary cameras.
Of course. Digitally generate some information and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's going to be a cracking and intuition. Grouse will ask if he can help.
Oh,
Remember,
of course.
his dice roll represents a teamwork benefit. So whatever his net hits are, those add extra dice into your attempt.
Got it. Also, what is the actual name of that action in the sheet?
There isn't. You're being creative. That's why it is cracking plus intuition. You're taking the skill of hacking and whatnot and your own personal creativity and creating a loop of video. If anything, that would be a form of edit file.
Got it. I can do that. Still haven't figured out how to do the combination roll.
Of course,
Just
no,
by
that's fine.
themselves.
Let's see.
If I
he
can
would
get
be
it.
able to, if
Oh.
you could get it.
You. Sorry, one more time. Edit file, correct?
Edit file, that is
Okay.
correct.
Four.
And remember, he has 8 dice, so he could roll 8 dice and give whatever net hits to that as well.
Got it.
If you want, I can roll 8 dice real quick.
Oh, sorry. Never mind. Yeah, go ahead. Roll 8 dice.
There you go, 3 more hits. So that's 3 more dice for you to roll. Or, if you want to, you don't have to. You can, because you've got 4 hits. You've created a necessary video. So I just want you to take advantage of Grouse. Make sure that you remember he's there. For the most of his test, he gets 8 dice for a lot of things. So the two of you work together to create a variety of edited videos. The rest of you in the room, you're like, okay, well, can you get in and change some cameras? He's like, yeah, sure, hang on. And he stops for a minute, sits down in his chair. Now, I'm assuming you are in AR while you're doing this, or did you go full in?
AR.
So he's just sitting there and he's like, yeah, I'm in. Oh, he's like, all right. Oh shit, I'm in, yeah. Or oh, sludge, I'm in. Sorry. And then he's like, I got the cameras. So what he shares with the rest of you is a virtual overlay of what the grounds looks like and where all the cameras are at. From the Matrix perception earlier, your individual intelligence and intuition skills, you can all see that there is a gap in cameras near the gate where the trains go in and out. There is only one camera that kind of points in the direction of that gate.
Is that area obscured by any means, or is it out in the open?
By grass and brush and trees and stuff. It's not something that they don't mow around the area too much. I mean, the trains go flying in and out of there. It's a bit of a rocky area and stuff like that. Because you're talking about 6 rail lines for high-speed trains, 1 gate that rapidly opens or closes. It's not, I wouldn't say rapidly, but it's like open so the train go whoosh, 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 whoosh. Zipping in and out. They don't make that noise, but that's kind of like me trying to give you an idea what a whooshing train sounds like. Whoosh.
No, I think you did perfect.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Well, yeah, there's our entrance. We can get in that way. Now we just need to figure out what line our train's going to be on, and if we can, I don't know, maybe we can figure out a security shift change around the same time.
All right. Do you want to go look for what line the train is going to be on? You have the other information, so finding the train's not going to be hard. And then you can just match that up with the line information. Arcole. because right now you're in.
No, absolutely. And before this, I had already taken a look into a lot of the trade information, a lot of security information.
Correct.
I'm assuming that since I figured out that shift change over to a secondary company on the weekends and all of that, that would also include that specific piece of information as well, correct? About just general.
I have that already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was determined. That's on the weekends. You guys don't have a weekend. It's right now 7-ish in the morning, 8-ish in the morning, and you have till 3 p.m. when the train's meant to leave.
Got it. Then yes, I would like to go ahead and look into the docket.
That would be makes a perception roll. While you guys are staring at the information, does anybody want to make a perception check on the information he's displaying to maybe see extra details beyond just the generalized view?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Too late.
Goodness, what are these rolls?
I rolled a 4. I got 4 hits.
Oh, 4 hits for me as well.
All right.
Asking for Gross's help.
Sure. Roll an extra 8 dice, and whatever he gets, you can re-roll that as bonus points to help you out. Pretty much everybody got 4 hits, so everybody notices that the cameras have a priority rating on them. The
We're
ones
all
near
on the same page.
You were all on the same page. They all have a priority rating on them. The ones near the front of the building have a priority rating of 4. You're not sure exactly what it means. And then near the cash boxes, where you can see people pay and stuff like that, it jumps up to a 5. And then near the yard, it goes down to a 3. That sole camera out by the gate has a 1 on it.
Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah, we got a winner.
Alrighty.
So, all these cameras are wireless. So you can't cut the wire. You could probably pull whatever power pack is charging it out, and then it would go down. And then what? Jam it, break it, sneak in past it. You've got a lot of stuff you guys could probably work on. But we should probably take a short commercial break and come right back.
Coming back after a break.
Yes.
Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols in blood, obviously, that are then coated
Obviously.
and shellacked over so that they don't flake off, that way it can last for centuries. And we use a nice clear coat though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in with the blood, we mix in the iridescent paint, so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
We should just make her laugh.
So everyone, before we went to the break, I forgot to tell you guys that tonight we are giving away PDF copies of not one, but 2 Fractal Visions books by Andrew J. Lucas. Just type #RunPC in the chat to gain 1 entry. You can get an additional entry for every 100 bits you donate. And if you subscribe right now, you get 7 entries. The winner will be announced at the end of the episode, and you'll be reached out to via Twitch Whispers. And just a reminder, when you donate bits, you not only help yourself with the giveaway, but you also help a player of your choice. For 100 bits, you can give one of us a nerf. That's 3 extra dice to any roll that we need to make. For 300 bits, you can give a player 1 edge, and 500 bits gives a player 4 edge. So I guess let's get back to some more train action.
Yeah, awkward wave with the dance thing going on. We got her to snicker. I don't know who got her to snicker, but that was good.
Yeah, that's gonna be my new favorite thing. Try to make her laugh during the read.
Oh, that's all you then. All right. So Cole, you're inside. You found the cameras. You start digging around for the information. You find that the train in question sits on 2 lines. It can swap between going to the Subfabrica station, or it can swap to go to the Emerald City. The Emerald City line is the yellow line, and the Subfabrica station is on the red line. So, bam. And guess what? To keep this stuff simple, the actual rails are colored the color, because there's like a blue line, and then the red line, the yellow line, the blue line, a black line, a white line, a green line. Isn't that great?
It's
Easy
great
to figure out.
I still got lost in Chicago, so I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
How many defenses is there any additional authority that I would need to get the train swapped over to the red line, since it's heading towards Emerald City?
That is all programmed in on the train. Those control boxes and everything are on the train. You can see that you can't access it from here. The only person who can access and make that change in the train from a remote location is an artificial intelligence under the King Street subway. So everything, all the trains are organized and run through that AI. That's where you need to break into if you want to change the line. Otherwise, you have to physically be on the train to change its line.
Then our Cold shares that information with the rest of the group. We have 2 options. We can either go in, well, our PMaxes can go in and see if they can't get the line swapped over, or guns ablazing, if you really wish to, break in.
Well, we can do it. You can give me all the train, but I can do it.
Right.
God, is that you?
It's the Corpos.
They're breaking in.
Sorry, y'all.
was
I
so
forgot to
great.
turn off my voice mod.
No, go with it.
That was the ogre setting. So
Now we explore puberty, where Conroy actually.
my apologies. I forgot to turn it off.
That was so good. That made me laugh so hard. We explored Convoy's puberty. Jesus.
As I was saying, you get me on the train, you get me to where there's got to be a conductor on there that's running it, a rigger.
There is.
So I can control the train from there. As long as we get in on the train to where the rigger needs to be. Between the 2 of us, I figure we could probably take control of it. Say it's an error, so the AI at headquarters doesn't send reinforcements.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah, I think ST and I can have your back.
Yeah. We can definitely get you in on the train and protect you until you get to the controls.
Would I need to roll anything else now that? Do we have any information on where that the train rigger would be at within, of course, the train?
Yeah, he sits at the front, and he doesn't have a cocoon or anything. He's just chillaxing in a cushy chair, and all of his control bits are behind him in a dashboard. That's it. Just the front of the train. Nothing fancy.
And so far, I've looped all the cameras just getting into the train. Based on, and I can roll this right now, a matrix perception, how are the rest of those cameras?
No, you have generated the film necessary to send those cameras into loop. You have
No.
not put anything in. That'd be terrible. All right, guys, we're ready to go in. I set the cameras for loop. Why is the video over here, Arcole? I can see it sitting right there in the middle of there. This is
We are like an
reminiscent
hour
of
and a half drive from the station.
You know, a little bit of preparation, but no. Okay, so we already have all the different levels for the cameras. So actually, no, I'm all good.
Yep. You just gotta edit the feed when it's necessary. So your opening, your probe stays there whether you're on or off for the next 6 hours. So right now you're building up an Overwatch score. You've gone in, you've created the video that you need. You don't have to be there anymore. You can come back later when it's necessary and turn everything on. You'll have to go through the back door again, but at least you'll have all the things prepped, and then you could alter all the videos and bam.
Now, does this Hex Baron, they gonna be able to get us out? I know they're meeting us there. That's up Fabrica, right? That's where they need the train to be hit, so to speak. But
yeah, I wouldn't count too much on their assistance. If that's what you're asking. It seems like they just want to keep their hands clean of this entire endeavor.
all right, then we need to figure out. We've got a way in. Now we got to figure a way out. We're gonna be underground. That's up Fabrica, and we should probably get. I don't want to go to another station after that. That's too much time.
Who got the maps? Somebody got maps of all the Sub-Fabrica area around it.
I think I did.
Yeah, you have maps. So once you get down there, it's a intuition plus survival to utilize those maps to get the hell out wherever you need to be. So you got that part covered already.
Okay, survival.
Is it survival? That no way they took
Or is
that
it
skill
outdoors?
out. Outdoors.
Okay,
You got that part covered. You already thought about your back door.
cool. I'll let Randy know that we doing that. He might be able to lend me a hand.
Of course. You got it.
Okay. Well then, I guess we're just waiting for what?
Nothing.
Anything?
Nope. You know the side you're going in. You know the cameras are ready to be looped. Now somebody's just got to say, "Hey, let's go do this thing."
Hey, let's go do this thing.
She didn't use the voice. Dang it.
Hey, let's go do this thing.
All right.
Steel Tiger's
So-
gonna top his coat, put up his rain hood, and get ready to shut down the shop behind us. All right, come on, let's go, everybody. Starts waking people up.
Yeah. All right, you all get out. Place is closing. Oh wait, it's fine. You guys get into Big Mama, and you're heading out. Now I'm assuming there's two ways To get toward the gate, you can either go down and out and around to Bay City and then try to look for a way around on foot. Or you can come from the city itself through a variety of smaller roads and then hike through a little bit of terrain to get toward the gate. That's really like, other than flying in, unless you guys can all fly. I don't think you can fly. Do you want to hike or do you want to drive up as close as possible?
With our Cole and his athletics of 2, he's going to vote for close as possible.
Okay.
We should get a scooter.
Say that again.
I was saying we should get our Cole a scooter.
He's got scrawny little legs, you know.
Well, I mean, you actually have athletics as a skill, so I mean, that's a plus. So you can kind of run.
But yeah.
Anybody else want to vote for close, or who wants to walk and who wants to take the drive?
I say we drive. We can get close, and I can keep cameras clear on the road at least.
Of course, of course. All right, so I'm gonna roll for a random encounter between your hideout. It's not really a hideout, the tea shop, and Bay City. As you're following normal routes, your traffic indicator comes up and says that the roads between here and Bay City are seeing higher than normal congestion for these parts of the day.
This traffic sucks.
Stop, go, stop, go.
Can I try to get around it? Can I try?
Yes. What skill would you like to use to get around the traffic jam?
You know, I have a map soft
You do.
in Mama Bear.
Uh-huh. Firearms is an option as well. You can use any skill to get through any problem. I promise you, explosives will clear a traffic jam.
That's true. It will.
Because of this conversation, our Cole is checking all of the cams on all of the surrounding cars and making sure there is no law enforcement whatsoever.
All right, that is a perception check. And what skill would you, what the map soft allows you to do is what?
The map soft just gives me alternative routes. Basically, I think it gives me an edge. Oh, now I gotta look it up. Now I can't remember.
It's probably an edge on a driving test.
That's a pretty good. That's my guess anyway. Let's see. Download data features, 5,000 square miles. Data soft. Oh, +1 to the dice pool on any test to find directions.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I'll use outdoors. See if I can find an alternative route that'll get me past this traffic.
Intuition plus outdoors, you get an extra dice. I'm looking for 2 successes. If to using that route of skill, firearms would have been 1 success. 1 hit is not enough.
Not enough.
You are now stuck in traffic. By making a few extra routes, you have moved from going in orange lines of traffic to red lines of traffic. Apparently ahead of you, there's some construction. The road gets pinned down to 1 lane. Some guy with a traffic light controlling the flow, and an aggressive driver has decided to zip around everyone's normal order of operations to get into the getting the heck out of the construction, and now you're stuck.
Frag that guy. I would like to see if I can, using my RCC, make him stop. Just shut off his engine. That's what I want to do.
You want to take control of the aggressive driver's car?
Yeah.
All right. It's going to be pretty much the same. You're going to need to either brute force or
I have a thing for this. Hold on.
Yeah. Real quick, anybody else want to use a skill or something to take care of this aggressive driver who's messing with traffic? You can stop Convoy and be like, man, I got this.
If Convoy isn't saying what he's doing, like you can kind of see Steel Tiger like leaning out of the window a little bit, and you see his forearm. So I'm like, can I make a knowledge check to see if he understands what like stick and shock would do to a car if it would mess with it enough?
You don't have to roll to know that most vehicles have a good resistance against electrical attacks like that. You have to hit them in specific spots to do any good damage.
Okay. And would those spots be accessible from the rear of the vehicle, or would it be like hood shots only or something like that?
Either a good placed hood shot or a shot into a window and hitting the dashboard of the vehicle.
Gotcha. He's gonna use his ammo selector and go to high X instead of the stick and shot.
Okay. All right. Convoy, did you figure out what you needed to do
Yeah,
to
I
take control?
I can use a Slim Jim. Let me brute force and control an action, a vehicle, or a drone's icons.
Sweet. I'm assuming that this guy has
gives me a virtual attack attribute equal to its rating. Its rating is a 9.
Sweet. That's a lot. All right.
Or Cole yells masks and tries to see if there's any cams that see us whatsoever.
No, there is no police cars. There are the normal cameras out and about and sound detectors. So if a non-sticky shock weapon goes off, there are detectors nearby that will hear the pop or explosion, and they will signal the police and start building an overwatch for the area. Those are normal. But as far as you can tell, there is no security forces here or security force representation here.
Hey, Convoy.
Yeah.
Can't you just make your vehicle look like Knight Errant or Lone Star and we bully our way through?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, let me see if I can just... Hold on.
Even if you get this aggressive driver out of the way, you're still stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
So maybe this is a twofold thing?
Sorry, there should have been another one. Yeah, I'm getting him out of the way. Sorry, I will go. I'll be like, yeah, just a second, and then I'll just go, catatonic as I clip in.
All right. The aggressive driver suddenly starts driving backwards really well while screaming at the same time, I'm not doing this! Someone help me! Let's see. You got 4, and he retaliates with nothing. He has 0. His system is just gave up. When you jumped in, tried to take over, his system's like, "Hi, who are you? Oh, yeah. Oh, you're gonna touch me there. Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
It's all right, darling. We're just gonna back it up, make sure we obey traffic laws.
All right. So you cause him to drive backwards down the right way into a parking lot, park, and turn everything off. All right, now what?
I can switch. I can switch it to make it look like. Wait, is this is the neighborhood we're in Knight Errant or Lone Star?
Let me double check.
I know the train station is Knight Errant, but am I saying that right? Errant?
You are.
Errant.
No, yeah.
Errant.
This is a section for Kagami. They are blue and gray.
Okay, I will switch the colors to blue and gray.
Mm-hmm.
And I will turn on my lights, my little tow truck lights.
Okay, all right. Do you also have the sound too, or did somebody have to lean out the window and make that sound?
I'm sure I can I'll just blare this a siren out on the sound system. I've got a really great sound system. That's what I'll do.
Okay.
Patrick from SpongeBob when he goes wee woo like real deep.
Okay. All right.
Academy. Just
I will give. I'm looking for at least 2 successes. I want a piloting plus charisma to drive like a cop. And I'll give you edge based upon the fact that your outfit, the sound, and everything else to edge based upon all the extra little doodads that you have going on as you attempt to look like a cop. While Steel Tiger is leaning out the window with the high explosive rocket.
Well, if he's backing up, he's gonna like.
Got it.
bring
Okay.
it back.
Okay. Bring it back. Bring it back. Just roll it back a little bit. Less violence. Success. As the driver in front of you, who's most likely seen your vehicle at least once or twice looking into his rear mirror, or his rear camera, looking at his rear camera, is now totally confused as there's a security car behind him blaring lights. And so he attempts to move to one side. The half-witted bug catcher with his mouth hanging open sees you amongst the crowd and makes efforts to stop traffic so that you guys can zip around, get out of this construction zone, out of this traffic jam, and get back to moving. Success. Definitely. Awesome. And no other listed encounters will take place on the roadway. All right.
Quick thinking, guys. Well done. I was gonna air his car out.
Yeah, I was gonna road rage too, and thank you, Nova, for keeping clear head.
Yeah, right. She's like, can we just change the color of the vehicle? The amount of combat Nova has kept from happening in this game is really high.
I like to hoard my Nuyen like I hoard my bullets for really important purchases only.
I mean, yeah, when you start shooting the expensive ammunition, that's an investment.
This is true.
The drive out of the city is beautiful, recreational, breathtaking. The dried areas of the bay that have been turned into agricultural areas. There are farmsteads that you guys are driving through. Nova, it is definitely a shock as you guys come down the large area that used to be a beachfront property that still has a few nice looking houses, but some are dilapidated. And you're coming out into this farm area that was the Bay of Elliott. In the distance, you can see, that hazy kind of gloom that covers the island out there. And onto either side, you can see a megalith structure, the dams that stretch from either side, creating this huge area of new farmland. And Bay City is an eyesore in this great, expansive, flat terrain. And you guys are driving right toward it like you're out in Nevada or something. It's just all flat. It takes a good 10 minutes, 15 minutes at most of this straight shot to get to Bay City. Bay City is filled with vert farms, which are large, tall buildings where every floor is another hydroponic fish farm or whatever it is. There are biodomes and there's greenhouses that stretch into the distance. Bay City, and a swarm of drones fly everywhere, moving plants and objects, and roller drones moving large trains of carts filled with manure or plants all over the place. As you guys drive through the main entrance to Bay City, it is a 3-meter high fence to either side, stretching out only about a good 20 meters before it just comes to a dilapidated end, and the gate is rolled back. Bay City used to be a corporate town that slowly but surely grew up and evolved beyond what the corporation could control and handle. And then the city took over. And then the city opened it up, and all sorts of corporations started moving in. Large high-rises that were put down here to provide new homes and whatnot were quickly turned into these vert farms. The air out here is fresh. It's filled with bugs, drones, and smog. No trash like blowing around in downtown and the lower suburbs and stuff like that. It's really nice out here. The litter only clutters some sides of the road as you pull into this sandy, this paved road covered with sand coming up on either side and bits of grass growing up. The buildings all have like a faded look to them. But the train station, which is to one end of Bay City, more toward the Seattle Prime, is beautiful. It's got like a nice fresh coat of paint on it and stuff. So driving down the road, you guys can see it. There's hotels, there's greenhouses, vert farms, a little gas station. There's a coffin hotel or motel. I don't know which that would actually be. Coffin hotel, coffin motel. But that's like the variety of things right around the main entrance, as well as a couple of corporate headquarters buildings and whatnot spaced down along the way, in which produce are maybe brought in or people kind of manage logistics. You're not really sure what all these corp buildings are for around it. The actual station. So, where are we going to put Big Mama while you guys turn into a bunch of Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts and go trouncing through the woods?
Well, we can get out. I can send Mama Bear back.
Okay. I'm fine with that. It's
Yeah.
your vehicle.
Sounds
All
good.
right. Cool. You find the closest location to the back side of the station. Everybody piles out. Is there anything in particular you feel you might need to take off Mama Bear with you before you go?
Yeah. I go into the toolbox in the back. I pull out a monofilament chainsaw.
Okay. Monofilament chainsaw. That's very important.
Yep. I hook it into I hook it on. It's a tiny one, right? It's like a miniature one.
Mm-hmm.
I hook it onto my drone tool belt.
Okay. Is anybody utilizing the Vixen RX, or is it with you at this point in time?
Right. I would probably put it
Right.
on myself. Honestly,
Okay.
I would probably add it onto my arm, on the squishy one.
Okay, just to kind of iterate, the Vixen RX is a drone medic in which it can hop from person to person. If you're wearing armor, it takes up an armor slot, but basically equipment slot allocation. It can do field surgery, it can pull a bullet, and it can also administer slap patches, and it was a 4.
Yeah.
So it gives you 8 dice to doing
Yeah.
the biotech healing stuff.
Actually, I don't think I have room on my armor for it,
So if you don't have room on your armor, it can attach to you.
so it won't be able to attach to me.
Nope.
Arkle?
I don't see myself getting in harm's way, but I can go ahead and attach it to our pan. And
Yeah, it
I got
hovers.
I've got it on my RCC already.
Oh, okay.
So if it's on his RCC, it's in your pan.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So it's all connected.
It's just who's going to use it. Anyone who's utilizing it, it can automatically attempt to remove stun and repair injuries on the fly.
So Steel Tiger's gonna pick it up and he's gonna like turn it around, look at it, and he's
So
gonna
it
walk
hovers.
up and slap it. Yeah, even if it hovers, even better. He's gonna try to slap it onto.
Move it out of the way.
He just pulls it.
Don't touch. Yeah, man, don't touch that way.
I'll put it on. I've got room for it.
Nice touches only.
All right. The Vixen becomes attached to Nova. So, after receiving a stun, the drone can make a medical roll to try to automatically remove stun, and it basically slowly consumes up the patches that are inside of it.
And I think it can hold up to 4 of its rating, so it can hold up to 4 patches.
Yes.
I've got a stim. Oh no, I can't remember. I also have a stim patch, 40 patch, and a trank patch.
Yep.
So I've got 2 and 2 stems and 2 40s in there because a trank patch is to like knock someone out, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Which you can give the drone a trank patch, and it can go over and administer a trank patch to anyone you tell it to. It has no ethical, moral guidance that says don't knock people out.
Oh,
Okay.
It doesn't have to do no harm badge. Oh,
It does
snap.
not have the do no harm setting. It's a doctor. It does what it needs to do to make sure patients are safe.
Okay. Then I will do 2 stems, 140, and 1 trank in there.
Okay. And the 40 patch means fortitude. It actually will heal wounds. It's part of the surgery setup, so you can knock off. If used, it can take out a couple of small boxes of damage.
Oh wait, maybe that's what I'm thinking. So sorry, 2 40s, 1 stem, 1 trank.
Got it. All right. As you guys get to the backside of the fenced-in area, it is incredibly overgrown. The tree line is thick, and you're going to have to either A, start doing some climbing to get through some of these higher rocks so that you can get over to where this train entrance is. B, navigate around to the other side so that you're not having to climb over the heavy rocks of some type. Or C, some other thought in mind from you guys, like other skill set, like firearms. Start shooting your way through the tree line.
I've got a hand blade. I can just hack a path through, probably, through the shrubbery.
Okay, I like this idea. Handblade it is. Anybody else have a thought?
I mean, I have no problem climbing over stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I just y'all. I just had my boots polished. I don't know. Maybe we can find a way around.
Okay, I mean, we had he takes a look at Nova with her machete hand ready. I'm like, it seems that we can hack our way through the brush over here.
All right. So climbing it is. Right. Make an outdoor plus body.
Everybody?
Nope, just Nova. She's leading the charge.
Anything for my expertise in blades?
Sure, an extra 2 dice. Excellent. You begin clearing a path, following the best route between the trees and the rocks to get up and around to the location of where you're at. It's a little bit of a long way as the Bay City train station stretches up this hillside. So you guys are going up the hillside through the thick trees and whatnot to get around to the backside of the fence. Are Cole still having in the AR the location where the cameras are at, knowing ahead of time if you guys are getting close to one, and where the other security systems are, because you rolled really well. They have a few like seismic sensors, but they're mostly toward like other sides because the trains really make those seismic sensors useless, but they're here. So like when you get close to the corner of the fence, there's a seismic sensor, you just wait for a train and problem solved. They don't work anymore. You get back around this huge length of fence, and everything now from where you've been climbing up and up and up and up and up and up is all downhill. The backside of the grounds themselves are between these 2 large hills, and you can see why they chose this place, because it's a long stretch ravine that all 6 of the lines come out of, not like right next to each other, but they're spread out in an area. And so it is like a nice colorful spaghetti lines that zip and twist into the back entranceway of this train station. The bottom of the ravine is about 5 to 6 meters underneath most of the train station lines, while the back wall itself, which was not visible easily in any of the cameras, the gate and the fence right along this ridge, and there's a 5-meter ridge underneath the actual gate. So when the gate opens, it's nothing but open air. So if the gate opened and somebody in the grounds came running out, they're just going to fall about 25 feet to their possible death. So even though there's a camera over there that you can control to get turned on and off, you guys are going to have to climb down into the ravine, go across, and then climb back up through the gate, get the gate open, climb back up through the gate, cut a hole in it, and everything else like that. Or try to climb along this rough wall to get to a section of fence to cut a hole into, or climb down all the way, climb back up the other side, go over to a section of fence and cut a hole over there, or walk one of the lines. Because the lines go nearby. You guys can physically jump onto one of the supporters, walk up onto the line, and walk straight into the station.
That sounds good to me.
All right, great. What color line do you want to climb up on? Black, white, red, green, blue, yellow.
All black everything.
And
Never
what's
mind.
the schedule for it?
You know. Our Cole knows.
Hey, Arcole, what's the schedule? Like, which line is clear right now?
Which one did you get up on, Steel Tiger?
Which was black.
Okay, so so you climb up onto the little railing and you head out a little bit and you jump on. Now these lines are large and boxy, so they're literally a really good walking platform to go down. That's designed because the technicians come out here and whatnot. Arcole, do you have an answer?
The black line has a train running through here in about 45 minutes. The rest of them are actually coming through here in about 30 seconds. So you picked well.
No.
And it does. And when it comes through, the trains are probably about 8 to 10 cars long and traveling at 600 miles an hour. They are loud, they move fast, and it like makes your hair go whoosh. You know, the anime style blowing in the wind. Because the trains are big. And as you thought that the distance of the lines, there would be plenty of room. There's not a lot of room.
As the train rushes by, and the wind kicks up my trench coat, he looks epically at the team, just and with the blue steel, and then continues on his way down the block.
All right.
Arcole makes that his new profile picture for Steel Tiger for everyone.
Click click.
Yeah, that's a new contact image for sure.
All right. So party order. Who's first is Steel Tiger. Who's next?
I will encourage Convoy to go next, and then I'll just be behind him.
All right, and then Arco's last. As you begin heading down the black line, another train on the white line, which is 2 over, so it was black, blue, white, red, yellow, green. Yes. Red, Roy, yeah, okay. The white line, which is on the other side of the blue, so the blue line just shot past you. The white line rips, roars, and shoots in the other direction. And so it's gone as you guys are heading down this length of train. And one of the things you guys noticed very, very, very clear that when the white train came shooting down well before it even, or came shooting out well before that even happened, all of the little joints, which is probably about 3 meters apart, started glowing. They light up, kind of like giving an idea like the energy is passing through. And so Steel Tiger, as you guys are going through walking, the black line in front of you starts to light up.
We should probably get on the line.
All right, the blue line is right next to you, and you know a train just shot through that area, so it should be safe, right?
Arcole is searching.
Yeah.
Okay, you get the chance to do an action because you don't know where the train is because they move so fast or where they're coming from. I will start with...
You said the white one just went past, right?
Yes, the white one, which is 2 lines over.
Oh, dude,
if you make an athletics test and you make 1 success, you move 1 line. 2 successes, 2 lines. Yada, 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 yada. See how that works?
Sounds good.
All right. Arcole, what are you doing?
I would immediately ask Gross to start looking into it in order to make sure that I also have time to skip over to non-active track.
Okay, that requires a minor action to tell your PMAX to do something. Your turn is consumed. Convoy, what are you doing?
I'm getting off this line and moving to another one.
All right. Athletics test, which is based on strength plus athletics. The number of hits determine the number of lines you can jump over. Black, blue, white, red. Black, blue, white, red, yellow, green.
Can I scoop up Arkle as I see him like doing his mental like search thing, and I'm like, dude, we don't have time.
You do whatever you want. You just got to tell me, and then I'm going to make the athletics check harder on you.
That's fine. Can I? I would also like to use my my attack on Titan like 3D maneuver gear, like grappling hook leg, to just zip us over there.
Hell yeah! Does it give you a bonuses to athletics, or maybe does it say edge to athletics tests and stuff? I mean, I don't care. I'll give it edge.
Yeah, I believe it's typically for climbing, but yeah, I'd like to use it like laterally.
Sure. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I think that's a great idea.
My hero.
All right. I'm going to double the number of hits you need to succeed Steel Tiger to move from line to line.
Well, I got 6.
Oh, look at you. You can move up to 3 lines away. But you don't need to, because you only need to move 2 lines to get to the white line. Sound good?
Sounds good to me. He does his Spider-Man spiel. Like, yeah, everybody gets one.
All right. Arkle and Steel Tiger are now on a new line, hustling toward the gate. Nova.
With Convoy's roll, did you make it?
I'm gonna use 3 edge and buy a hit so I can get over.
1 line. You move over from the black to the blue. But you didn't do so hot, so why don't we get a description of how that looks?
I imagine I do a trip and roll, like my boot catches on the line before it heats up, and I just kind of like trip and roll. And I definitely try to make it look smooth. It is not smooth though.
All right, so maybe like you're laying on the next line over on your back, looking up at the sky.
Yeah.
All right, Nova.
If I roll any excess hits, can I spend some of those to help him recover and get across safely?
Sure. I would charge you at least 2 hits extra towards your goal.
Let me check my stuff. I think I get stuff.
Ooh, use the stuff.
Athletics is agility based, and I have attribute mastery agility.
Yes.
Okay, and then I have cat-like, but that's only when falling, so never mind. Okay.
Well, if you miss, you will be falling. Awesome. So take 2 out of that, and that's 6. You can get to any of the lines you want to right now. What color would you like to go to?
I'm gonna help Convoy recover, and I'm gonna go join them on the blue line, which I think was 2 away.
No, Convoy's on the blue line. It goes black, blue, white, then red.
So the others are on the white line.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna help them recover, and we're gonna get over to the white one.
Let's do a description of how that works. So he leaps, and like his foot slips, and he rolls and slams his back face up. You see, as you look out the corner of your eye, you see something shooting towards you, and so you leap over, and what?
Yes, as he is falling, slow-mo happens, and then you just see a body quickly shift past him in the frame, and then a hand grabs the back of his shirt, and she flings him over onto the white line before joining.
Cat-like reflexes doing the superhero land. All right, you guys The line you were just on fills with train, shooting down into the yard. Gross says to you, I looked. I don't know. The schedule's not the same as what it's going on right now. I don't. Do you want me to go ahead and go back in through the probe, through the back door, and get things started?
How close are we to the actual cameras?
About 30 to 40 meters up the line. So you got a distance of running. I hope you guys run. You can walk if you want to. I'm not going to tell you what to do. And the camera itself is about 15 meters down that fence. So using Pythagorean's theorem and the distance and the angle of the trajectory to the centroid of the shape, I don't know. Like,
I should turn them off now or get them looping.
Your
now.
call. Yeah, your call.
Got it. Yep. No. Sending Gross right back in there to go ahead and start up the loop.
Gross will slide into the host, utilizing the back door, the probe that you installed earlier. Your Overwatch clicks on. All right. New round. What are we going to do, guys?
Running for it.
Running for
Knees
it.
guys, let's go.
All right, so right now, our Cole and Steel Tiger in the front, and then it's Convoy Nova. Hauling butt down the train.
Very powerful, like it's just.
It might help both of us.
That's a you call. That's a you call. Are you carrying him gingerly into the station?
You have to jump in. I just thought, like, I was kind of half joking with the scooter, but it might be a thing.
Our Cole already winded. Just whatever you want to do, man.
All right.
Piggyback, let's go. Just make sure we don't get caught. All right, and I'll take you. I'll take you to the station.
Can only imagine that scene from that horribly written book that got turned into a vampire movie. Climb on my back, spider monkey. I joke, I jest. But still, that's... Anyway, so our Cole is climbing onto Steel Tiger's back. And Steel Tiger, you are going to attempt to run toward the gate.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go ahead and make an athletics test. I'm gonna bump up the well, I don't need to bump up the difficulty. Look at you and your cybernetic self shearing down the tracks at high speeds. You are definitely closing some distance there. All right. So the distance between where the group is currently at and the door, Steel Tiger has cut it down by 2/3 with his roll. Convoy, your turn. Steel Tiger's cybernetics has allowed him to speed dash down the rail, leaving you guys behind.
Yeah. I mean, I think Convoy is like coughing. He's just like he just can't catch his breath.
All right. Let me get that athletics plus agility roll. Athletics plus agility. You can use whatever skill you want at this moment in time, but athletics and agility are going to be the only ones that'll help you. Firearms will not help you at this moment.
Would perception help me to be able to, like, instead of dashing forward, being able to keep an eye on which lines are going further ahead, since I have vision enhancement on my cyber eyes?
Yes, you can. You can.
Instead of going fast forward, I can just pop back and forth.
Okay. Yeah, let's give that a shot.
Why not? We'll try it.
Excellent. I would require at least one hit, so that means those 3 hits will give you 3 extra dice on athletics tests.
Awesome.
Nova, Convoy is... You think that's called running, but he is struggling to get down there. That trench coat, his outfit, his bad habit of long hauls.
Imagine I look like I'm just high-kneeing. Just like hopping. Just because I'm super lanky. I'm tall and lanky.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm all legs.
You need a trench coat with sport mode, and I grab your arm and pull you along faster.
Okay. Again, I'm going to require that you require more hits to succeed. Athletics plus agility to run quickly down the sport. What is that, like a fin on his shoulders?
Something more aerodynamic, less flappy, more air, more streamlined.
It's flappy. Okay.
It's just a cape.
No capes. Boom! Convoy, as you're moving, you're like paying attention. One of the ones over there, the yellow line, starts lighting up. You're like, I see that. All of a sudden, something changes. You feel yourself elevated up and moving quickly. And then I'm imagining you're just like holding him on by the jacket, maybe the side, like his belt.
Yeah, I've grabbed his sleeve or something, and I'm just like, watch my legs, copy me.
2/3 of the distance are covered. What is your strength, by the way?
I
Just
have a
the number.
lift carry of 12. Oh, my strength number.
Yeah.
4 with a 5 in parentheses.
Cool. I'm more than okay with you running with him. You're not going to have any adverse effects to your actual dice roll here. So you guys are able to make a huge clearing, a great distance, and as the two cyborgs have carried their companions this great distance, you are very close to the gate. The gate is open, and you can see beyond the gate into the train yard, and the line you're on lights up. From behind you, shooting into the train yard. Another car is coming in. You can see ahead of you what looks to be, my best description is a large changer of some type attached to all the lines. So the trains come in, the changer grabs it, and then begins just rotating off the cars and putting them underground. So you realize at the end of this line, you guys have to go down into the ground to look for the train that you're looking for. And then, of course, the changer moves and turns to put another train on the right location before firing it off up the line at 600 miles an hour. So the line you are on is lit up.
All right, we need to make another move, Arco. Which one's coming next? As he's like,
At the moment, Gross is just a touch occupied, and you know what? No, I'm on your back. I don't have to save actions or anything like that. I'm immediately searching for which one is going to be open the longest, which one is going to be free the longest.
Make a matrix perception, and whatever your net hits over 3 is the answer, and the number of bonus hits that the whole team will get when you share that information.
Four.
2. Everyone will receive 2 extra dice to know where to move to, and we're going to say that the red line is the one that is open. So you only need to get 3 hits, both cyborgs, to move you and your compatriots along. Success from Steel Tiger. He jumps to the red line. Success from Nova. Her and her compatriot leap to the red line. As a train zips in behind you guys, you finish closing the distance. Groff says that the cameras are on loop and will remain on loop. The system does a reboot every 10 minutes. So the cameras will only be looping for 10 minutes. You enter the yard, running down the red line. Where are you going? All right.
I think we're going to a commercial break, right?
Thumbs up to Weird Hand Waves. Actually, not yet.
Actually, before we go, let's talk about something real quick. Tonight we're giving away a PDF copy, well, a couple PDF copies to 2 fractal books. of Fractal Visions books by Andrew J. Lucas. Just type hashtag RunPC in the chat to gain 1 entry, and you can get an additional entry for every 100 bits you donate. And if you subscribe right now, you get 7 entries. The winner will be announced at the end of the episode, and you'll be reached out to via Twitch Whispers. And, not to mention that, you guys can technically decide how cool we can be. For 100 bits, you can give one of us a nerp. That gives us 3 extra dice on a roll. For 300 bits, you can give a player 1 edge, and 500 bits gives a player 4 edge. So everyone stay tuned and enjoy the commercials, and we'll be right back with more train action.
Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols in blood, obviously, that are then coated and shellacked over so that they don't flake off, that way it can last for centuries. And we use a nice clear coat, though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in, with the blood, we mix in the iridescent paint, so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
What a spell! Spell!
Spells.
Spell! She says spell like 92 times. Spell! 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 Spell!
Oh well.
You get to play with us now, which is so exciting. So with channel points, bits, and subscribes, you can give rewards to the player of your choice. So how to do that is, no, not Bob. Channel points, I believe it is 500 points gets you NERPs, which is +3 to any dice roll to the player of your choice. For 1,000 channel points, you can do a point of edge to any player. And for 2,500 channel points, you can do 4 edge to the player of your choice. Now for bits, for 100 bits, that's $1, you can do the NERPs. For 200 bits, that's $2, you can do the point of edge. Or for 500 bits, that's $5, get 4 edge to give to the player of your choice. And finally, again, the subs, if you subscribe, you can give 4 edge to any player.
Oh man, they're still here. Do audience members, do you got nothing? Like, we're okay. You know what? If you're still here, I guess we keep telling the story. As you're running down the line toward what? An opening in the machine, an opening in the ground, an elevator, stairs? What are you looking for to get down into that lower level?
I can just lower us. I can just lower us down with the grappling hook.
How much weight is that grappling hook rated for?
That's a great question.
Because it could be multiple trips, but
Yeah. To the rule book, how many pounds?
Is there a staircase? Can we just avoid this?
I would require a perception check.
Is there a staircase? Yeah.
I'll do a perception check.
You look up the weight of the grappling hook. Other people will roll for perceptions. Yes, there is a flight of stairs, but it seems to be within the distance of one of the security posts, visually making eye contact or visually being able to make contact with you guys. You would have to go beyond this rotating mechanism to get to it. Nova, thoughts?
400 kilograms.
I figure if Steel Tiger and Arcole swing over, I'll just drop down and swing over behind them.
You have a grappling hook too?
So when does the grappling hook release?
When I want. I can.
If you keep it grappled, then I could just slide down it and swing.
Sounds
Maybe?
good.
Is that possible?
But there's stairs, right? We don't even need to.
There are stairs, but they are within eyesight of one of the security posts. You would be risking being seen.
Fair.
Is this? Would you consider this arm a drone that it's grabbing these things? And is it like a specific
Yes.
thing, or is it?
It is a
like
drone, yeah.
movable.
It rotates like the cylinder of a 6-shooter. It rotates. It's just train comes up, lodges in it, then it goes click, 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 and goes down underground. So it's kind of spins.
It's like one of those. You remember Tokyo Drift? Those cars in the bay dealing.
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah, but it's for trains.
Yeah, but for trains, yeah.
Could I? Perhaps, mayhaps. I don't know if this would be an emergency override, or if this would be a Slim Jim.
Slim Jim.
It'd be a Slim Jim?
You got to Slim Jim it to take control of it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can try to Slim Jim. We can all hop in, and we can just, it'll bring us down, right?
Just somebody make a choice. Grappling hook, Slim Jim it. Because I'll just...
snap into a Slim Jim.
Oh, yeah.
All right, this is going to be...
And the opposed is the host plus firewall. Can our Cole roll 8 dice representing grouse assisting from the inside to give team dice to Convoy? One, 2, 3 extra dice to your roll. So make sure your modifier is turned on and add 3.
So it is a program. I've got a 9 in it.
Okay.
So it's going to be just that plus the 3, so 12 total. All right.
You gain control of the device and are able to maneuver it. There are 4 of them, so you have control of 1, and I'm assuming you would have picked the one in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay, success. As you guys dash up to this device, jumping from the railing and onto it, it begins to rotate. It is easy to hold on to, and then it flips to a point at which you just drop down not even 2 meters onto an underground platform where there are a lot of trains stored both attached to the ceiling and the floor. So there's rails on the floor that have trains pre-aligned, rails on the ceilings that have trains pre-aligned. So the trains, when they come over, they either slide forward or backwards. And then there's a variety of mechanisms that will shift trains left and right and move them about. Lots of mechanisms everywhere, tightly moving all over the place, except where this large churning 4-cylinder thing happens to be. And drones. Lots of drones. Icons flying all over the place. There aren't a lot of cameras down here. The security system doesn't seem to have anything down here either. You're not detecting any icons hidden right off the bat by kind of like half squeezing and looking around. But there are a lot of drones that are actively moving from place to place, changing things about train cars, moving stuff, drones that are moving cargo and so on and so forth. Gross throws up a TomTom indicator into the AR to show you in the direction where the train is currently stored, and tells you you have 9 minutes before the cameras cycle.
Let's get.
Yes, I make a mad dash.
All right. So I'm assuming you take the lead. Are you doing anything on your efforts to get over there? Like having a weapon ready?
Weapons. Yeah, I'm ready my weapons.
Which ones?
My trusty and dusty Aries.
Excellent. All right. As you begin making a mad dash in that direction, A drone identifies you. Its icon lights up and goes red. Its immediate action is to notify security. Grouse responds, I'm subduing security's information right now. I can't control those drones. The drone becomes aware that it's unable to call for backup, and so it attempts to remove you from the situation because people aren't supposed to be down here. The drone flies towards you and attempts to grapple you and to remove you from the facility. It has like little pincher arms and stuff like that. Initiative. Remember, in this game, you roll a number of dice, add it to your initiative score, and that determines who goes first. And then you have a major action, a minor action, and then an additional minor action for each dice that you have. I love how it automatically fills you guys in.
It didn't fill me in because I was.
What?
You gotta click your token.
No, it says 30. It says 30 on you.
Now it does.
Okay. It
Just
said
click
32
on-
a second.
Yeah, just click on the 30 and then type in 32, Chris.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I originally had 12 too.
I think I'm supposed to click descending again. There we go. All right. Yeah, you know what? I don't know how.
All right.
Right click
Right click on what?
on the tracker, on Rhea's tracker. Oh, you should be able to.
Nope.
No.
It's all right. We'll just ignore it for now.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to use hers for the drones.
Sounds
There
good.
we go. +5 is... So now we hit this button, and then we hit the send again, and we are good. So Rhea represents the drones right now. All right, Steel Tiger, you're up. Drones, with nothing more than pincers, are attempting individually to remove you guys. Only one drone is coming after you. None is going after our Cole because he is currently spider monkeying on your back.
He is Steel Tiger is gonna lift up his arm and he's gonna and a SMG is going to pop out of his forearm.
Mhm.
He is going to use a bonus action to recycle it back from EX to Stick and Chuck.
Mm-hmm. Done, done, and done.
And like,
all right. Single shot, full auto. What's the fire rate?
he is going to burst. Yeah.
All right, so let's compare your attack versus the drone's defense. The drone's defense is 7.
What range am I at?
Short.
Short. My attack is 14.
So you have 10 greater, which means you have edge.
Alright. And then I got 7 hits. Sorry, that should actually be 3S. Sorry.
That's fine. It's supposed to be because you're using the stick and shock.
Yeah.
Is that... So we got 2, so that's 5 plus 3, so that's 8S? Is that correct? So many things in this book. Trying just to find the ammo. Found the guns. Image, ammo. Bingo. Okay.
Sorry, it should be 4S with burst fire. I don't know why it didn't switch over. But yeah. So it starts at 4, and then each net hit is what, another 1. So
Yes.
uh,
And stick and shock reduces it by 1.
Yeah, but burst
Changes death.
burst fire ups it by 2. So
Ah, I see now. I understand.
yeah.
All right. And so what's the total on that one?
9.
9. All right. You hit the drone a number of times, and enough pitter patter all across it. The drone gets electrocuted and drops from the air. That is your major action. You have a bunch of minor actions. You can use them now or later, however you want to. How many dice total do you roll to your initiative?
I roll 4 dice, so I get.
So you have 5 minor actions.
I
which
will.
is the most you can have.
Is there another drone?
Yeah, there is.
I'll go ahead and line up another shot.
Okay. 7 again. It got 2, so that's 5. With your 4S, that's another 9 damage. Again, a quick spray into it. Burst fire, I'm assuming. You bring the drone, crashes into the ground. 2 drones down. Let me mark them off my list. Where am I writing it since again? Is it under the book? It's under the book.
How much time do we have until more show up, guys?
There are a total of 6 drones in the area right now that have become active and are attempting to become hostile. The drones are not taking an aggressive stance to Arkol because he is on your back, so only 3 of them are aggressively coming at you. Did you shoot? You shot at the one coming at you, and did you shoot at one that was just standing still, or one going after like Convoy or Nova?
I'd probably go after one that's actively attacking the group. So I'd go after the one going after Convoy and Nova.
All right, so you went after the one Convoy and yourself. And so Nova, you have a target on you. Chris, you still have 1 minor action. You can use it now or later.
I'll pass. I don't have.
All right, cool. Nova, your turn.
Okay.
There are 4 drones left flying. 1 of them is charging you.
I shoot the one charging me.
Two successes to defend. Oh, the robot's defense is a 7. Your attack is a, and it's short range.
It's a 7.
Okay, so they tie. Neither of you have edge. So you get 5 extra success for hits. And are you firing stick and shock?
Yes, I am.
Are you firing? Did you get new stick and shock, or are you firing your old stick and shock, like from back in the day?
It's the one that ST gave me.
Got it. So it's new stuff. All right.
It's so I threw the vintage stuff. I didn't know
what happens.
All right. So you fire the new age rounds in your old gun. It works just fine. That's not in question. Pop, pop, pop. 9 points of damage, just like the other drone. Falls out of the air. How many dice do you roll for your initiative?
I get 2 major actions and a movement action.
Okay.
Yeah. So I move to get closer to another one, and I shoot it down as well.
Okay, not a problem. It'll attempt to dodge as it comes in to pick you up. It got 3. And you got 4, so you got 1 extra for 5 damage. So it has taken some electrical damage, but it has not fallen down. So there are now 3 drones, and 1 of which is damaged.
Can I spend some edge to turn a 4 into a 5?
You can. You got edge to burn. That makes it 5, so 2, 6, 2, 4 damage. You spray into this one. Burning that extra edge allows you to do just enough damage to cause that small drone to drop out. There are 2 drones left flying. Convoy is next. No, the drones are next. All right. The 2 drones left, they are going to pick of the 3 targets possible. Nova is 1 and 2. Convoy 3, 4. Tiger is the rest. And so we're going for Convoy and Tiger. Their attack is a 5. Convoy. What's your defense?
Yeah, I'm looking for that now. Sorry.
In the core, if you click core tab, it should be the first one under the core combat info on the right.
Oop, I don't know if that's correct though. It should be higher than that.
Your defense rating should be equal to your armor and your body. Is that right, if I remember correctly?
It's more than that. I don't know why it's showing that. Let me find my
Your
armor.
Yeah. You might not have your armor turned on as that's what you're wearing.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what's going on. I have an armor jacket, which is 4? 4. Plus my body, which is 2, so 6.
So nobody has edge, but you definitely have the higher defense compared to its attack. So it goes ahead and it attacks you with its grapple attempt to grab a hold of you with its claws. It makes 1 success. You defend with your intuition and agility. Unless you have like melee fighting skills or something like that.
I do have close combat.
You can use that if you want.
It's the same. So
okay.
But okay. I'll just do close combat with intuition because it's the same score as agility.
Sure. 3, successful. It tries to grapple you. You're able to keep it away and keep it at bay. The other one now dive bombs toward Steel Tiger. Of course, you have a defense of 17. It has an attack of 6, so you have the advantage. It tries to grapple you with 1 success. Your close combat agility is 6. Yeah, you're more than capable of dodging it and keeping it physically away from you.
You just kind of like swats at it. It's like, ah.
Arcole, your turn.
And how many are still active right now? Is that 2?
2. 2 are in the present area. That doesn't mean they're not activating and contacting other drones that are in their area to say that there are people here who shouldn't be down here.
Got it. And Gross is only holding off the signals that are going out to the main security.
Correct. He is holding off, keeping the, hey, there's gunfire and people down in the bottom half.
Got it. Then for these last 2 or 1, if I can only choose one, I'd like to send off a spoof command from the main admin saying that these guys are actually guests. Protect them.
Sure, go for
it. Would it be better for me to roll for 1 or 2, or just see how I roll first?
It's an illegal action. It's a major action. So how many dice do you roll for initiative?
Initiative is just showing just the 10 plus 1d6.
So you get a major action and 2 minor actions, so you could only spoof command 1 of those 2 drones.
Got it. I am...
Pilot.
Oh, there it is.
Pilot 3. Firewall 6. 9. It will attempt to resist with 3 successes. You got 4, so you spoof it. All right. The drone goes from having a red icon of emergency people are here to a yellow icon going caution. These are guests, and the other drone is being hostile. So, bam, convoy.
I will pull out my directional jammer
Okay.
and pull that out and use it on. Let's see. I should be able to get. I don't know where they are positioned wise. I don't know if I can get both of them, both of the other two.
No, you can only get one because the drone that is no longer aggressive has now moved next to Steel Tiger.
Okay. Then I will just get the one I can with the directional
Okay.
jammer.
You're going to use your engine. What's the rating on it?
That's a great question.
Directional jammers have ratings.
I can find it. Where is it?
I'm looking.
Goodness gracious.
Electronics.
Why don't?
Oh no, that would be on a miscellaneous gear, right? Biotech. Data.
Sorry.
This
6. I paid out for the full one. 6.
Sweet.
All right, so you're going to make a cracking plus logic. No, that's not it.
No.
Device floods airways, generates noise equal to device rating, spherical, rating 1 to for every meter from the center. Directional jammers are conical. Its rating is reduced by 1 for every 30 meters from center. Jamming areas, wall obstacles. So it increases the noise of the area. I
Yeah,
apologize.
it should make it harder for it to send a message out.
That's my dice bowl. Where's that? She was just screaming at me, and then she left. Of course, that's how it's going to be, right? She screams at me, and then she leaves. So apparently they are in the room. They must have been all asleep. Okay, so the device's noise level has increased. So with the noise level increasing, it's just going to be harder for this thing to communicate. It's not actually going to stop it from doing things. So,
yeah, I mean, I'm trying to keep it from sending a signal out. That's what I'm trying to do. So
okay, success. Yeah, it can't. All right. How many? And you got what? 1 dice for your initiative.
Yeah, I only have
Okay.
1. I don't know if that was a major action.
Yes, that is a
major action. Great. And then I'll just I only see all I can do is really move, right? So I'll continue moving forward and catch up with Nova.
Following after. The only person who has a minor action left that can use it would be Arcole because he's being carried.
Sorry, I just had a bite of cracker. While being carried, what can I necessarily do with that?
Nothing, something. Like minor actions will be listed next to the things that you want to do. You look, you say, oh, that's a minor action, like reloading a gun or changing the icon's appearance. Definitely, you're going to want to research into what minor actions you can do.
Absolutely. For now, I'll hold off.
Sounds great. All right. Continuing course toward the train, you get the train in view between Nova and the train's doors. This train is, by the way, on top of the ground, so like there are plenty of trains that you can either get up onto to get to that train in question, or you can learn to fly, grappling hook, whatever you want, but you can see the train. between where you're at and where you're running to, a forklift drone becomes active and creates a red icon over its head. Or over its icon turns red, and the forklift turns and starts moving in your direction. It's not super fast. It's probably like at 8 miles an hour, but it is definitely on like a security or defensive action.
Whose turn is it? ST's?
Yours.
Or mine? Oh gosh.
Yes, because
Okay.
you're in front.
I preferred city traffic instead of this. And I'm just gonna like dodge it. I can run faster than it.
Athletics plus agility. You're looking for 2 successes. Great. You sidestep the slow-moving... Thank you, Chris. You sidestep the slow-moving forklift, and as it becomes aware of your action, you quickly pace beyond it. It flips around and makes an attempt to get in the way of Steel Tiger.
How dare you?
Right. Forklift certified, but that's not going to stop you from teaching it a lesson or two by doing what?
You said it's a forklift?
It's a forklift. Forklift drone, to be specific. Specific.
I'm gonna try to leap. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna try to leap over it.
Athletics roll again. I'm going to require 4 successes from you because you're carrying an extra load.
4 successes.
Bam! Look at you.
Bing! It's just. Oh, he's gonna
Because you clear. Go ahead.
No, he's just like he's gonna tell Oracle. It's like, hold on, and he just jumps up with it.
Because you clear it so quickly and get away from it, it now picks a new target of Convoy, who is slowly running down the hallway.
Oh no!
And starts charging Convoy.
Run like I showed you earlier.
No? Okay, it's your turn, Convoy.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's going to try to run you over. It's got 10 dice. Okay. Unless you just make an athletics agility test and beat 2 successes.
Athletics agility?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Love this for me.
Mm-hmm. I know. I had a chance to peruse everybody's character sheets and said, what's going to be a fun skill to abuse?
All right. Well, that's just 1d6. So let's do this.
Bam, 1 success. Do you got like edge or something?
I've got lots of edge. I don't know if there's much I can do. Let's see. Is there a tumble maneuver or something? Where is it? There's a tactical roll.
You can
That's fire though.
I think, right? He can buy a hit.
Actually, hold on.
Extra.
Wait, hold on.
Now would be a really good time for those nerfs that we were talking about when we were going to commercial break. 100
Actually,
bits.
You know what? I feel
3 dice.
It's true. It will. But I do feel that I learned something from Nova. So I will use 4 edge because my edge is full right now because I've been doing a bunch of intuition rolls, which just gets me edge. I feel I will use 4 of them to add my edge pool dice pool, and I will add my edge to the dice pool bonus my roll. Make 6s explodes.
Okay.
If a 1 is rolled after a 6, it does not count towards your total for calculating glitches. All right, so my dice pool is 5.
This is like his Rudy moment.
One.
How many did I need?
2.
Great, that's 2.
All right, Rudy.
Oh wait, ties go to attacker.
You actually get to know that.
No, this
that-
is a skill test. This isn't actually
Okay.
combat because it's such a slow moving and it doesn't have a real attack rating. It's attempting to just pincer you, pick you up, and carry you away.
You actually
So
get to
stepping.
roll again, by the way.
I get.
So-
6 is explode. You're right.
I mean, if you really want to, but
I
you've
can.
already passed. Go for it.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, that's the part of the. Yes, a 1. All right. So Nova, you get over. It takes a quick moment to be underneath the train. You're ready to go. You turn around. Steel Tiger comes landing. He bounces once or twice, spins, and you look back down. Both of you look back down the walkway, and the forklift is charging at Convoy. As he's running, he goes to the left side of the hallway. So does the forklift. He backs up and goes to the right side. It drives to the right side. And then so he sidesteps and its little tires twist. And it's now like this back and forth for like a good solid 20 seconds before he like fakes left, goes right, and the forklift bought it. And then he runs around.
That man understands center of gravity.
You catch up to the rest of them. They're at the train. You've made it here. The forklift, it's coming. Whoo! You guys, the train's up there. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I should have done this sooner. And I'm gonna try to Slim Jim the forklift, see if it'll lift us up there.
Okay, go for it.
All right.
It's got 6, made 2. What do you got?
3.
So you got 1 on it.
Wait, hold on. Why is that a 10?
Because they're exploding right now. So it's
Oh.
technically 2 right there.
They shouldn't be exploding for this one though.
They did.
Sorry about
They're
that.
doing their thing. So
Yeah.
let's see, you got 1, 2, 3 successes. We're still good. You got 3 successes. Its defenses are low. You pop in, you firewalled into it to take control. And yeah.
Have it. It's gonna come up. It's gonna slow down and gonna bring down the pinchers and like kind of turn it. Let us hop on it. Let it us up.
All the while you're like, you have your hand on your lower back, your lumbar going,
Arcole just looks over and shakes his head slowly.
Man, I didn't know there was gonna be this much distance in between where we were going.
I got
Where we
through
were
it
coming
just
from.
fine, Convoy. I don't still cradled in Steel Tiger's arms. I don't know what you're talking about, or on his back rather. I was thinking of the wrong property.
Just like,
door.
It's a pretty good workout. You want to come with me on my morning runs, Arcole?
Y'all, these boots ain't meant for running.
Door. How do you want to open the door to the train? Grouse is still holding back security and he says 7 minutes.
7 minutes?
Till the cameras cycle.
Okay. All right, let's keep moving.
Is it a Maclock or a?
It's a seal, it's a door. There's nothing on this side. No physical
gotcha.
object to touch. So most likely it's a, I don't know, maybe you
I have a
lock. You have a what?
I was like, I say to the door, I have arrived. Does anything happen?
No. Nah.
Okay. Open sesame.
Nope, no change.
Okay, can I take my hand blade and like cut into it so that I can have a fist grip?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, all
I'll
right.
do that.
Unarmed attack. There's no attack damage or attack defense values for this. So just roll, hit, do some damage, and I'm going to look up structure real quick. Remember, it was about holes.
I think I did that wrong, but
There it is.
I have plenty of edge. I'm just gonna re-roll all those fails. Will you allow me to just roll handblade?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, 6 hits.
Bigger boom. Nope, not the explosives. We're not doing explosives. There we go. Structure rating, breaking things. Here goes. Da 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 da. Structure rating greater than. Okay, hold. Got it. And so, what was your total damage?
I believe it's is it 10? Damage is 3p.
And your total dice roll was 6.
6 hits.
So that's 9. The door has a structure rating of 8. So that translates into more than the base damage value is more than half or equal to the structure rating. The hole is 2 centimeters in diameter. Bam! You pop a 2 centimeter hole in it, so it's about that big, basically. So yes, you're able to get a lip in there. All right. Strength test. Strength athletics. Or you can use any skill you want to. If you got explosives or guns or whatever you want to roll. Otherwise, it's just going to take a couple of moments to just get in there, dig, and pry, and you're going to lose time. Dice rolls will basically speed up time requirement.
How about lift and carry?
What's your lift and carry?
12.
That represents your number of kilos you can lift and carry, right? No, that's
It's
way
body
too
and willpower.
Oh, that's how long. Okay. No, it's definitely going to be either a strength athletics test to straight up just grab the thing and pull. Steel Tiger can assist you, and it would be basically him and you rolling, and then the numbers pool.
Yeah, help me out, Steel Tiger.
Yeah, of course. And he's gonna go in there. He's going to overcharge his arms, so he's gonna get +2 to his strength check.
Do it. We're looking for a 14 to bust the door.
They didn't have my +2 here.
You're doing athletics and strength, not just strength.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, well
And then make sure to add in your 2.
Okay, athletics plus strength. Still 2.
It's really feeling a 2 here.
Right? I was really hoping for something to change as I'm staring at the 2.
Yeah,
And then
right.
nothing changed, and I was like,
Alright,
so 9. All right.
Edge.
Oh, yeah. I will spend 5 edge. No, 4 edge, rather. To, I will do.
Do you want to re-roll 11 die?
Yeah, I'll do that.
There we go. We hit 14 right on the button. You two work together, rip the door off. It takes literally one action to do so. So that's it. So it's fast. We're still at the 7-minute marker. Kind of give you guys an idea if you're like, no, let's just take our time and pull it off. It would have taken a whole minute off just to rip the door off. But you guys dug in, pulled hard. Now the door is open. As soon as the door pops open, lights on the train begin illuminating. Variety of different things can be seen on the inside. Most of it is just seems to be cargo strappings and whatnot. You guys are getting into a section of the train that is near the center. One behind the engine itself. The engine itself does not seem to have a door. And so as you step in, looking to your right, several train cars go down a length. The lights are all coming on. You guys can see a variety of cargo over there. When you look to the left, it's a small door opening into the engine compartment. There's a cheesy looking crash seat there. Convoy, you recognize exactly what it's there for because you can see the devices behind it. It's illuminated now. This chair has got wear, tear, cracks in the pleather itself. The place has a smell to it. It's very fishy. You're not really sure. The whole train has a terrible odor to it. When the door pops open, it's loud enough that it sets off some of the gun sensors. Grouse has no control at that point in time, causing the current security systems to start ticking up even louder. With that, your Overwatch score has gone up a little bit more. You're aware of it going up, but you're not aware of the score. And Convoy, your security, like the radio bands that you listen to in the area, are also starting to go, we have a report of a gunfire in this area. Maybe want to check out on it. And the security's like, our systems are saying everything's fine, but we'll send somebody to look it up, because, it's what it is. So you guys are starting to pick up a little bit of attention. Convoy, I have great news for you. That rail thing that you hacked into earlier, that's part of this whole underground system. You now have control to move the train from where it's at to where you want it to be.
I'm gonna do that.
All right. The train comes alive. A variety of hooks and lines begin clicking and banging. It's not hard for you to figure out exactly which way they need to move in a strange pattern-like way to get the whole train to shift over. Randy's assisting you at this point in time. He's in the engine area, sitting there looking at the chair going, yeah, this is pretty straightforward. You should be able to handle this just fine. Grouse says that the security is ramping up. As the train begins to move over, you have an ETA that appears in your AR that tells you it's going to take 1.5 minutes for the train to come from where it's at to over there. So between this time and that time, you have to fight off security, make sure you guys remain quiet, avoid being detected, and a variety of other things as this cargo train begins moving toward its cylinder to load up onto the red line and shoot toward Sub Fabrica at 9. But we'll talk about that more after this break.
Yes, it is your last chance. While we're away on break, make your final entries to win PDF copies of 2 Fractal Visions books by Andrew J. Lucas. Just type #RemPC in the chat to gain 1 entry. You can get an additional entry for every 100 bits you donate, and if you subscribe right now, you get 7 entries. The winner will be announced right when we come back, so enjoy some commercials. Roll your eyes and pick your nose, and yeah, we'll be right back.
Can I just ask, what does a summoning tea kettle look like?
Oh, a summoning tea kettle. It looks. It is made out of cast iron that has been painted ritually with symbols in blood, obviously, that are then coated
Obviously.
and shellacked over so that they don't flake off, that way it can last for centuries. And we use a nice clear coat though, so you can see them quite nice, quite clear. We mix in with the blood, we mix in the iridescent paint, so it gives us a nice little beautiful shimmer, especially as it heats up. And as you heat it up, that's where the magic happens, because that is when all of the symbols start to glow and get bright and beautiful. And as the tea kettle whistles, that is the summoning ritual complete.
If you have an interest in using the summoning tea kettle, or taking part in any of the other worlds in our games, you don't have to have experience. Just join our Discord, and the GMs will work with you and help you find a game you enjoy. The link is in the chat.
Ready to level up your cosplay game? Check out the Geek Forge on Etsy. With a variety of props to give your photos that extra spark, you'll find just what you need. Hold magical fire in the palm of your hand, or take a potion to restore your mana. With a large variety of colors, you can choose your own magical flavor for your cosplay. Bring drama to your photo shoots with these vibrant props and more, all available at the Geek Forge. Are you ready to level up your cosplay?
Man, we're back again. And I have great news for the people who have been sitting by, listening to us and watching us do this weirdness. It's not much longer. You can go to bed soon. Promise you. We're almost done. So, quick recap. They got on the train. They got control of the train. They're moving the train so they can get the train out of the building. But ripping the door off has set off some gunshot detection devices because there are cameras and sensors everywhere. That has upped the issue. Grouse, the PMAX for our cold, is currently trying to hold back security, but the Overwatch is constantly going up there. And now, security has been sent down into the train yard area in an attempt to find out what the noise was. So, group, the train is currently moving. It is headed not in a direct line, but sideways into a turntable to shoot down an alleyway and then to another turntable so that it can load up into the cylinder. And then once in the cylinder will then rotate, put you guys onto the red line because you came running in on the red line. That's the one he took control over. And then, bam! Hopefully by that time you figured out how to control the train and get the heck going or something. I believe in you. But between here and there, security's on their way. What would you guys like to do? It's going to be a minute and a half before this train is loaded into its spot.
Clear it of all living beings. I don't know.
All right.
Alrighty.
As far as the engine room goes, there's nobody there as Convoy has moved toward it and started taking his seat. So you're talking about going back down the back end of the train.
Yes.
All right, cool. The car you're in has no one in it, and when you move to the next car, there is a loading drone in here. He is inactive, or at least he looks inactive, even with the lights on. He's just standing in some sort of support harness near the wall.
I'm gonna put down Arkle now that we're in the train. And,
Okay.
And then, so we're trying to clear the train. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, let's clear the train.
And then he's going to suck the SMG back in, and then he's going to pull up his left arm, and then a shotgun is going to pivot out of his bicep, and then he's gonna clear. He's gonna start clearing the train with the shotgun with Nova.
Okay, great.
I say after you, new school. Show me how it's done now.
Alrighty. Take some tips, young lady. He's gonna fake for a second. Well, actually, no, he doesn't have to fake. He is actually kind of old. But yeah, all right, he's gonna start moving down the train. You said that this first drone is inactive. So you're just gonna
Inactive. He is currently being held in a harness on the side. It's just there. It doesn't seem to be responding, nor is its icon active as well.
And he's going to turn on his thermovision. Can he see any like life signs to the doors or anything?
Not in this car, and nor in the car behind it. You have only 3 more cars after that, total of 6.
Okay.
Engine plus 5.
Alrighty. These next 2 seem to be clear of life, but keep your head on a swivel, and he's gonna make his way down the train.
Anything to do with the drone before you move on?
If it's not moving, I don't care about it.
That's true. Convoy, would you like to jump in here to...
Yeah. Someone's wearing the drone, so I have a little mini feed.
Yes.
Of what they're, what's near them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely like to, if I can. I don't know if I need to keep my action in doing this, or if it's just going to do it by itself.
It's doing it by itself.
Right.
But you can also advise them on something to do. You don't actually have to do anything.
Okay. I mean, if I can see it, I would like to try to take control of it. I don't want it to wake up and fight or like mess up our plans. So I'll do a little Slim Jim.
All right. Well, it's not active, so you can't Slim Jim it.
Oh,
you have
okay,
to turn
never
it
mind.
on to Slim Jim it. Yeah, it's not on. It's just it's inactive. That doesn't mean you're right. It could receive a signal to tell it to turn on, but you can't Slim Jim it until it turns on.
Right. That's okay.
Turn it
Instead,
on.
then, if I have control of this train, does it have a manifest?
No, the manifests are not stored on the train. Manifests are stored in the central computers and handed between the two computer locations.
Okay. In that case, I will. Gosh, I'm just like blanking here. I will. I mean, if I can get to that drone because it's just on the next corner,
Sure.
then I will. If I can, I'll just pop it out. I'll pop it open and see if I can make sure it won't get a signal the old-fashioned way by turning off its signal.
You could do that, or you could pull its battery.
Yeah, pull its battery.
Cool. It's got no battery. You pull the battery, set it on the ground or something. Our Cole.
During this time, and privately, we have set up that I have 2 fake sins of the 2 main security detail, and that did all happen so fast that they're already, on the other side of that car, and I'm gonna go catch up to them and give them those fake sins, 1 level 4 and 1 level 2 of both of those.
To who? Who are you giving them to?
To Steel Tiger and Nova.
Okay.
And who is who?
Because there is 1 man and 1 woman. Let me find that name. I knew I already should have had it up.
Yeah. It is in our private chat. I think I gave you Kyle Norman and Alyssa Borman are the 2
Norman,
spiders.
she's Borman. Okay.
Yeah, you're Norman, she's Borman.
What a downgrade from Steel Tiger and Nova.
All right. He's giving you sins that are the security spiders for this facility. So you might be able to utilize that in case something happens. All right. Nova, Steel Tiger. Convoy has pulled the battery in this guy. There are 3 more cars to go through.
I continue on down the train.
All right. Do you do anything particular as you move into the next car?
As I'm moving through, I'm still scanning for heat signatures.
All right.
With thermal vision.
Not a problem. The train hits its first rotunda or turning point, and so there's a loud bang as everything shifts. You easily catch yourself. You're not going to fall down or anything, and the train starts to rotate in its position. Standing in this doorway, a drone on the other side of the room sights you. He sees you, and he is at the next door. When he sees you, he raises his mounted, it's an Anthro drone, by the way, mounted pistol with stick and shot. He is colored with the security colors of BFG. He's going to make a sight check or a perception. 4 successes. All right, as he raises his gun, he then sits there and says, Kyle Norman, this area is out of your jurisdiction.
My apologies. There's some problem with the drone up in the previous cart, and I was just trying to get away from it. Can you go check it out?
The Anthro drone moves into your direction, says, I will assist Kyle Norman as there is an issue with another drone. And so the drone will step past and immediately see our Cole. Caution, trespasser, opens fire.
Oh, I was gonna wait for it to like walk past me and then like.
It does, yeah. As soon as it walks past you, it sees our Cole, brings his pistol up, and just starts to shoot. Did you want to do anything, you two?
Yeah, I want to punch it. I want to hit it with the Shoryuken with the taser knuckle.
All right, go for it.
All right, let's see.
Its initiative is only a 11. I'm going to modify Rhea for an 11.
I bet 29.
Yep.
Okay.
And Nova? Excellent. Nova's going first. So let's put you guys in descending order. So yeah, the drone walks past, it sees you, it makes no motions, but as soon as it starts to twist, it sees our Cole, who's like turning kind of like half walking away. It just immediately starts bringing up the arm, and you like slow motion see it's like da 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 da.
Yeah, once it starts bringing up the arm, I extend my hand blade and I try to slice its arm off.
All right, you go first.
Please, hand blade, please.
It has a defense rating of I mean, at this point in time, you've got six successes. It got 3 to defend. We're just seeing if there's an edge issue, but your total damage is going to be 6, and it knocks off 2, so that's 4. Yeah, you'll slice its hand off. You take the gun hand off. It's still functional at this point in time, and you have another action.
Yeah, then I will move to try and slice its other arm off.
It will step back out of the way as it realizes you're attacking it, and it will say,
I would like to spend my last 2 edge to turn a 4 into a 5.
excellent. All right, you got 1 hit, 4 points of damage. That's 2 over its armor value. So it takes 2 and goes down. Not an arm shot like you wanted, but definitely a torso hit, and that seems to take it out. Steel Tiger, as you see him go down, because you're like, oh crap, you see that from that next section, another security drone, Anthor security drone, steps around the corner, sees gunfire, raises his pistol up. Or he sees combat. He identifies it, he'll immediately raise his pistol up. You're next.
He's gonna hit it with the lightning lariat.
What is a lightning lariat?
I'm hitting it with a shock limb, but like hitting it with
Got it.
Cowboy got really excited at the prospect of a lightning lariat. Just like, yeah, just hanging out the side of Mama Bear. Just like.
You got 2, you got 4, you got 2, so you got 2 over. The damage is S, so that's 6S. Knocks it. All right. You hit it, and it's something about it. It completely takes all the electrical energy damage that you just smacked into it. It just kind of leans back as you come at it, and it announces that Kyle Norman has attached security. Detain Kyle Norman at all costs. You have another action, and you can definitely tell this thing is a lot more insulated than the other drones that you've been shooting at.
Yeah, he's like, oh, okay, and then so he's like, I guess he thinks he's gotta put us back into it, and then he actually just double hand clubs it with both with 2 shark limbs.
Go for it. 3 successes from the drone.
Another 4 successes.
So you got 1 success over for
for
5 stun. Is that? But you're double handing it, so does that change the damage somehow?
Oh no, it was just for flavor.
Oh, okay, great. Well, I'm going to increase it by another 1, so that makes it 6. You smash into it, and as the electricity starts flowing over it, it's like shocking for a minute or two. You've pummeled into it, but it just kind of like forces the gun, pushes on you a little bit, and tries to stick the gun up into your face as it fires a small burst of electrical shock at you. You, of course, have advantage because its attack rating is only a 7, and I saw yours earlier was like 17.
Yeah.
Some ridiculous defense. So 3 successes trying to shoot sticky shock pistol rounds at you close range.
Okay, defense test. Boom.
You got 3 success. So you're fighting now with the pistol and the drone. The drone, as the rounds go off and you're fighting the gun, the sticky shock's hitting the roof and bouncing all over the place. Nova, you've pulled back. The drone you're fighting is falling to the ground. You see that another one is engaging Steel Tiger. The whole train comes to a click as it's now repositions itself, pointing down the straightaway. You guys have about a minute left before you're in the loaded barrel of the hypersonic train firing mechanism.
I see that Seal Tiger has got it under control, so I can go to move past him.
Excellent. You step into the next room, and there are quite a number of crates, and there are no other drones in here, and the door beyond you is closed. So at this point in time, it looks like the drone that Steel Tiger is fighting is the only one left. With that said, the train's lined up. It is now 11:30, and you guys have taken control. Security is descending the stairs at this point in time, heading down here trying to figure out what the hell's going on. We will definitely be picking this game up in a few weeks. Next week we are off. And the week after that we will be picking back up, but we will be without convoy.
Oh.
So it'll be a train ride without a driver. Trust me, I got it planned out.
Well, with all of these W's we've been having today, I would like to announce one more win. Our winner tonight for the PDF copies of 2 Fractal Visions books by Andrew J. Lucas is CRPG Andy. Congratulations, and thank you to everyone else for participating tonight. CRPG Andy, please check your whispers for information on how to get those books.
Excellent. Well, this was fun. Does anybody have anything else they want to plug before we head out for the night?
I'll plug something. I'll always plug. Go to roughmagicgames.com if you want to book games like Shadowrun with a professional game master. We have tons of games available, and even if you don't see one there, we will learn a system and teach it to you if that's what it takes to get you playing TTRPGs. That's roughmagicgames.com.
Awesome. All right. Well, I don't have anything to plug. If nobody else has anything to plug, I'm going to award some karma, and we're going to call it a night. The jokes were super awesome today. You guys, I laughed so hard. It was great. 3 to 5 is my normal goal. You guys definitely got to par, which was getting to the train. So that's 5 right there. But the jokes, I'm going to top it up to 6. And the wonderful role playing, definitely worth 7 karma to everybody. Make sure to inform Rachel that she gets 7 karma to add to her character for our next session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are a merciful Lord. Thank you.
I wasn't always this nice with karma. There was days I'd be like, you guys did great. You get 1. And you'll like it. But I learned better.
It's okay. I got hard carried this whole session, so.
You did.
It's just such a good image.
I'm gonna start baby Bjorning him so he can always do this.
Get a little wrap around him so you carry him like a papoose.
Together we are Steel Coal, and I'm living it.
Yes, Steel. Hey, I'm about it.
Steel Call, still a better love story than Twilight.
Oh, jeez.
Fantastic. Well, much love.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
night,
good night.
y'all.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Awkward wave time.
Nice little extended